Let's talk about a look. Not just any look. Not the glance you get when you walk into a room. Not the casual once-over. Not the distracted gaze of someone lost in thought. No, we're talking about the look. A specific, loaded, and unmistakable form of eye contact that, when you recognize it, feels like a secret code has just been deciphered. It's the stare of a man who is not just seeing you, but consuming you. A man who wants you. This isn't about vague theories or pop psychology. This is about decoding a fundamental, often primal, form of nonverbal communication. For thousands of years, before language was sophisticated enough for pickup lines or polite conversation, our ancestors relied on these silent signals. They are hardwired into us. The problem is, in our modern, fast-paced, screen-saturated world, we've forgotten how to read them. We second-guess, we overanalyze, we talk ourselves out of what our gut is screaming at us. So, let's relearn that language. Let's break down the anatomy of the wanting stare. Because when a man looks at you in this specific way, it's a broadcast of his intentions, his attraction, and his focus. And once you know the components, you will never doubt it again. We're going to dissect this look across several key dimensions: the duration, the intensity, the pupil dilation, the body language symphony, the micro-expressions, the context, and finally, the feeling it evokes in you, the intuitive knowing. Let's begin with the most obvious, yet most frequently misinterpreted aspect: the duration. 1. The duration. The unbroken gaze. A casual glance lasts for about 1 to 2 seconds. It's the social norm. You look at someone as you pass them on the street, you make eye contact with a waiter to get their attention, you glance at a colleague during a meeting. It's functional, brief, and socially comfortable. The wanting stare shatters this duration. It is noticeably, sometimes uncomfortably, longer. We're talking about a look that holds for 5, 7, 10 seconds or more. It's a look that feels like it has weight. It doesn't flicker away nervously when you meet his eyes. Instead, it holds. It's a conscious decision to remain in visual contact with you. This prolonged duration serves two primary purposes. First, it is a test of interest. By holding your gaze, he is creating a moment of shared tension. He is waiting to see what you will do. Will you look away shyly? Will you smile? Will you hold his gaze in return? Your reaction gives him all the information he needs without a single word being spoken. If you break the gaze immediately and never look back, he reads it as a lack of interest. If you hold it for a moment and then smile as you look away, that's a classic sign of reciprocal interest. Second, the prolonged stare is an act of possession. In that extended moment, he is blocking out the rest of the world. The noise of the party fades. The other people in the room become blurry extras in the background. It's just you and him, connected by this visual thread. He is communicating, right now. In this crowded room, you are the only person that exists to me. This is incredibly powerful. It's not just looking, it's isolating you from your environment with his attention. But a word of caution, duration alone is not enough. You must combine it with the next element, which is intensity. Because a long, dead-eyed stare is just creepy. A long, intense stare is something else entirely. 2. The intensity, the laser focus. What is the difference between someone looking at you and someone looking into you? Intensity. The intensity of the wanting stare is palpable. It's not a vague, daydreaming gaze that happens to be pointed in your direction. You can feel the focus. His eyes are not wandering around your face or scanning the room over your shoulder. They are locked, usually on your eyes, with a singular, penetrating focus. Think of it this way. A normal glance is like a flashlight beam, broad and diffuse. The wanting stare is a laser pointer, concentrated and precise. His entire cognitive processing power is directed through his eyes. He is not just observing your features. He is trying to read your soul, your thoughts, your reaction to him. This intensity often manifests as a slight narrowing of the eyes. It's not a squint of suspicion, but a subtle tightening of the orbital muscles that comes with deep concentration. He is focusing so hard that his facial muscles respond accordingly. He might also have a completely still face. There's no fidgeting, no looking around, no distracted expressions. The rest of his body might be in motion, holding a drink, leaning against a wall, but his gaze is a steady, unwavering beam. This intensity is what separates a man who is genuinely captivated from a man who is just politely listening. When someone is merely being attentive, their gaze might be steady, but it lacks that charged, almost electric quality. The intense stare feels like it has a physical force. It's the difference between sunlight on a cloudy day and the concentrated heat of a magnifying glass focusing the sun's rays. One is pleasant, the other can start a fire. And this intensity is directly linked to a physiological response that is almost impossible to fake: pupil dilation. 3. The pupil dilation, the unconscious betrayal. This is the most scientific, undeniable component of the look. The pupils are the black centers of our eyes, and they dilate, get larger, for two primary reasons: in low light to let in more visual information, and when we see something we desire. When we are attracted to someone, our brain releases a cocktail of neurotransmitters, including dopamine and norepinephrine. This is the feel-good, excited, reward center chemistry of attraction. One of the direct physical effects of this chemical release is the dilation of the pupils. It's an autonomic nervous system response, meaning it's involuntary. You cannot consciously control the size of your pupils. So, when a man is giving you the wanting stare, look closely at his pupils. Are they large, dark pools? Even in a well-lit room? That is a very strong indicator that his brain is in a state of desire. He is literally looking at you through wide-eyed wonder. This is why, for centuries, people used belladonna, which means beautiful woman in Italian, to dilate their pupils, because on a subconscious level, we associate large pupils with attraction and beauty. We perceive a person with dilated pupils as more open, more appealing, and more attractive. So, you have the prolonged duration, the laser-like intensity, and the dilated pupils. These three elements together form the core of the facial expression itself. But the eyes rarely work in isolation. They are the conductors of a whole orchestra of body language. 4. The body language symphony. The wanting stare is almost always accompanied by a suite of other nonverbal cues that confirm the initial reading. The body tells a congruent story. If his eyes are saying, "I want you," but his body is closed off and pointing away, you have a mixed signal. But when the body aligns with the eyes, the message is undeniable. Let's look at the most common accompaniments. The preen. When a man notices someone he's attracted to, he will often engage in subtle preening behaviors. This is a primal instinct to make himself look more presentable and attractive. It might be a quick smooth of his hair, a straightening of his shirt or tie, an adjustment of his cuff, or pulling his shoulders back to stand up straighter. He is, on an instinctual level, preparing himself for your potential approach. The body point. Our feet and torso are the most honest parts of our body. They point towards what we want. If a man is talking to a group of people but is interested in you, you might see his upper body facing the group, but his feet will be pointed directly at you. In a one-on-one scenario where he's giving you the stare, his entire body will be squared up with you. There will be no barriers. His chest is open, his arms are not crossed, and his feet are planted firmly in your direction. He is presenting himself fully. The lip lick or bite. Attraction creates a dry mouth. It's a common stress response. So, you might notice a subtle, quick lick of the lips. Sometimes, this can escalate to a soft bite of the lower lip. This is a particularly potent signal because it draws attention to the mouth, a primary erogenous zone. It's a nonverbal hint of physical desire. The elevated eyebrow flash. Often, just as the stare is initiated, you might see a very quick, almost imperceptible raise of the eyebrows. This is called the eyebrow flash, a universal sign of recognition and interest across human cultures. It lasts for a fraction of a second, but it's a clear "hello, I see you and I'm pleased" signal. The chest push. He might push his chest out slightly, making himself look bigger and more dominant. This is a throwback to animalistic displays of vitality and strength. Now, if you see the wanting stare combined with two or more of these body language cues, the prolonged, intense gaze, the dilated pupils, the preening, the body point, you can be almost certain of his interest. But we can go even deeper into the realm of microexpressions. 5. The microexpressions, the blink and you'll miss it truth. Microexpressions are fleeting facial expressions that last for less than half a second. They reveal a person's true, unfiltered emotions, often before their conscious brain has a chance to put on a socially appropriate face. When a man looks at you with desire, you might catch a very quick microexpression flash across his face. The most common one in this context is a slight, one-sided smirk or smile that appears and disappears in an instant. It's not a full-blown, friendly smile. It's more knowing, more appreciative, almost a private smile that he's sharing with himself about the thoughts he's having. It's the ghost of a smile that says, "I like what I see." You might also see a very brief expression of admiration, a softening of the eyes, a slight parting of the lips. It's a look of genuine, unguarded appreciation. Because these expressions are so quick and involuntary, they are incredibly honest. If you see a micro-expression of admiration or that knowing smirk flash across his face while he's holding your gaze, you are seeing the raw, unedited version of his attraction. So far, we've talked about the look itself, but context is the frame that gives the picture its final meaning. 6. The context, reading the room. A stare, even an intense one, can mean different things in different situations. It's crucial to factor in the environment. The social context. Is this a bar, a party, a wedding, a networking event? In a socially sanctioned flirting environment, the wanting stare is almost certainly what you think it is. But what about in a professional setting? This is where you must be more careful. An intense stare from a male colleague in a boardroom could be a sign of concentration, competition, or evaluation, not necessarily romantic desire. You must look for the other cues. Is he preening? Are his pupils dilated? Is his body pointed at you in a room full of other people? If the body language symphony is playing, the context might just be the challenging backdrop. The frequency and follow-up. A man who wants you won't just look once. He will look again and again. You will catch his gaze multiple times throughout the evening. It's a persistent attention. And crucially, there is often a follow-up action. After holding your gaze, he might eventually smile. He might raise his glass in a subtle toast. He might find a reason to approach you. The stare is the opening gambit. It is rarely the end of the interaction. If you get the stare, and then he never, ever makes any attempt to engage with you again, it might have been a moment of passing curiosity rather than deep desire. The group dynamic. Watch how he looks at you compared to how he looks at other people. Does his gaze slide over others, but stick to you? Does the intensity in his eyes change when he looks at you versus when he's listening to his friend? You are the constant in this experiment. The variable is his behavior towards others. If you are the only one receiving this specific, loaded look, the signal is clear. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, we come to the most subjective, yet often the most accurate, measure of all, the feeling. 7. The feeling, your intuitive knowing. You are a sophisticated biological organism designed to read social and romantic cues. Your intuition, your gut feeling, is the sum total of all the data points we've just discussed. Duration, intensity, pupil dilation, body language, microexpressions, and context, processed by your subconscious mind at lightning speed. When a man looks at you with genuine desire, you feel it. It's a physical sensation. It might be a flutter in your stomach, a slight quickening of your heartbeat, a warmth that spreads through your chest. It's a feeling of being seen in a very profound way. It's not the neutral feeling of being observed. It's the charged feeling of being appreciated. This feeling is your internal compass. Learn to trust it. So often, we talk ourselves out of it. Oh, he was probably just looking past me. Maybe he's just an intense person. I'm probably just imagining it. Your logical mind tries to rationalize away the primal, intuitive knowing. Stop. The next time you feel that jolt, that unmistakable feeling of being the sole focus of a powerful, penetrating gaze, pay attention. Your body is giving you the answer. Cross-reference that feeling with the visual cues we've detailed. Does it match? The prolonged gaze, the intensity, the dilated pupils, the open body language? If it does, then you are not imagining it. You are correctly interpreting one of the oldest, most honest signals in the human romantic playbook. The power of knowing. Understanding the wanting stare is like being handed a key to a secret world of communication. It empowers you. It takes you out of the realm of guesswork and anxiety and places you firmly in the seat of the observer, the decoder, the one who knows. This knowledge does a few things for you. First, it boosts your confidence. When you can accurately identify desire, you no longer need constant external validation. You don't need a man to come over and recite a perfect pickup line to know he's interested. You can see it from across the room. That knowledge is a quiet, powerful confidence that is incredibly attractive in its own right. Second, it allows you to control the pace of the interaction. You see the look. You know what it means. Now, you have a choice. You can hold his gaze and smile, an open invitation. You can look away slowly, a playful demurral. You can acknowledge it with a slight nod and then go about your business, leaving him wanting more. You are no longer a passive recipient of attention. You are an active participant in the dance. And third, it protects you from misreading situations and wasting emotional energy. You learn to distinguish the look of genuine desire from a look of mere curiosity, politeness, or even threat. You become a better judge of character and intention. So, the next time you are in a room and you feel a pair of eyes on you, don't just quickly glance away. Pause. Meet the gaze. Analyze it. Is it fleeting or prolonged? Is it diffuse or intense? Can you see the dark pools of dilated pupils? What is his body saying? And most importantly, what is your gut feeling? When all these elements align, you will know. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will know. Men only stare this way when they want you. And now, you have the blueprint to recognize it every single time.